pair we can kind of look at here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I'm going live on Facebook real quick just to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. Yep, it's on. Edit the post real quick if it lets me. All right, so let's see. Well, we're still in the New York session. New York session doesn't end until about 5 o'clock. So really, when you really think about it, you look at the best times to trade Forex. The New York sessions from 8 to about 5 p.m. So these are some of the pairs that we can look at. Maybe we could probably even look at what GU is doing. See what's popping with that. Looks like GU is really hitting the upside very strong. So we're probably getting a lot of great downtrend, uptrend movement. So it's a New York session. Well, I'm on the 15-minute. That's what I'm looking at on the 15-minute. Now, I'm going to switch to the daily time frame in a minute. Now, there's a couple of things I'm looking at. I'm just looking at, I want to make sure there's consistent movement in the market. So, I'm going to switch to the daily time frame in a minute. Now, there's a couple of things I'm looking at. I'm just looking at what I probably want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up these charts. Now, the biggest thing is we just want to get an idea what GU is trying to do. And we'll take it from there. Let me do a couple things here. Dang, man, won't let me tag you on this post. Give me a second. Got it. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so I mean it's Thursday, so the market is going to still be pretty much running until sometime Friday afternoon. So let's see what price is doing on the daily time frame. And so yeah. Yeah, that's probably what it's going to do. So we'll really look at what price is doing on the daily here. We can see that it's going to be doing a lot of downtrend here because it's creating a lot of lower highs. Lower lows and a lot of lower highs, and then it's really dipping and dipping and dipping. Um, so that's what we know is what it's probably going to do on Friday, because it's the daily time frame. So this is what price is going to be doing a day from now. So at least we know that. So then the key here is to actually start marking up the daily time frame so we can understand what price is going to understand exactly what price is going to be at on the daily. So what I'm going to actually do here, I'm going to find the most recent high, which is right here. Yeah, exactly. I wish I could move this up. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I label everything. So that way, um, we can understand exactly what price is doing on these different time frame, because that helps you to identify market structure. Then of course the lowest, really technically it's right here. So we'll just put that. So now we know exactly what price is doing on the daily. And this is very important because if you're an intraday to, a swing trader, you want to know exactly what price is going to be within the day, because that's going to help you to determine whether you want to stay in that, trade for a day or so. So that way you'll end up in a market reversal. So you want to make sure that if you're a swing trader, you want to make sure that the market is going to go the way you want to go within that next day. So that's why marking these zones on different time frames are important, because then it helps you to really see, what price is doing according to what time frame you love to trade off of, whether it's the 4 hour, 2 hour, daily time frame, weekly, it doesn't matter. So now we have an idea of exactly what price is doing. Even when you look here, you saw that price was going into an uptrend and it broke this trend. And so, yeah, it probably hit another support or resistance, but then it hit this double. It really looks like a double top here. And once it hit this double top, as usual, that is a market pattern. A reversal pattern. So guess what it did? Even though it went up, it went down, and it went down, and it created a downtrend, because notice it did not break any structure here. It didn't break any. It did not break this line at all. It hit this line as resistance at this point. So now we know that we're clearly in a downtrend. So now that we have identified that on the daily time frame, now we need to see what price is doing on the 4 hour. We're going to switch to actually the line chart, because the line chart actually can help you draw your horizontal lines a lot sharper. This up just to kind of make it real tight. We're going to go to the time frame. Can you hear me now, Jared? All right. Sorry about that, guys. You know how Zoom does. Sometimes Zoom wants to be a hater. So now we're going to look at the 4 hour. So now what the goal is, we're looking at smaller time frames, you want to identify market structure and support or resistance and key levels in order to see what price is doing on a smaller time frame. We have an idea of what price is doing on a daily time frame. Let's see what price is trying to tell us on the 4-hour. So the way you do that is when you're placing your horizontal lines, you want to make sure that you place them where support or resistance is respected. What do we mean? See right here, price was actually respected as resistance, because even when you look at this uptrend here, it hit this 4-hour horizontal line as resistance here. Boom, boom, and it rose up and broke it. And as you can see, even when you zoom in, you raise this up a little bit, price even retested here and hit support. So it hit this line as support. Now, even though it's not close to this price, but it's okay. But it still respected it as support once price broke this line. But then it came down, hit support here, but then eventually broke this line and came down again. So that's a good horizontal line to actually draw right there to start out with. So now let's do it again. So we're going to probably place it right here. Why is that? Because price broke, retested. So it made this line as support when it was resistance before, right down here, because price hit this as resistance. Boom, came down, boom, 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 and then eventually it broke again, right? So now we're getting somewhere. So now we're going to do it again. So we're going to put it right here. And I wish I could move this out the way. I don't know why this is always in the way, but to each his own. We have another horizontal line to where support and resistance is respected. How is that? Price broke here, hitting resistance. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of support with this line. But then when price came over here and broke that structure, now it's hitting this as resistance. Boom, boom, boom. And now it's shot straight down into a huge downtrend. And really, a person could have caught some major pips even on this retest here on a 4-hour. That's about 254 pips, which is even huge there. All right. So it gives us a perspective on why it's important to understand support and resistance. So we're going to continue to draw these lines. I'm going to put one actually right here. I see a lot of patterns already. We're going to do it again right here. We want to actually put one right up in here. Want to have it right here. Then we're going to probably have a final one down here. Now we have an idea of what market structure is. Actually, you know what? I'm going to place another one here. We're just going to keep on going down the line because we see a pattern here. So that's perfect. That's pretty much good enough. So now we see what market structure looks like so far on this graph. So it lets us know exactly what price is doing on the 4-hour, which is very important. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to draw our trend lines. The reason why we want to do that is because this is going to help us to identify what pattern and what price channel and where price is eventually going to go. This helps us to identify, market reversals or market continuation, whatever the case may be. So now we're going to draw a trend line. So we could see that price took a drop right here. So boom, right? So this is a price channel here. But guess what? Price eventually went and broke this structure, retested, and now it's starting to go up again. So what we're going to do next? We're going to identify this trend. So I'm going to actually start here and go like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. See? So now when I'm looking at this, I could try to figure out what pattern this is actually forming. Now, I'm going to go here, go to my market structure section, identify which pattern. Is it a reversal pattern or is it a continuation pattern? So let's find out. So when I'm looking here, price came up, it curved, and then curved this way. And so it came in that way. So I'm looking at it as price came here and it went up. So it kind of looks like this right here. You see how price came in and now it's going up, an uptrend, which lets me know that it's a continuation pattern. And that's what it looks like. It looks like a continuation pattern. It looks like it's going to go here, boom, 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 break this, and then eventually. And it's correct because when you even look at pattern here, you see that this is actually the highest high here. So this is a higher high, but it created a lower low, then a lower high, another lower low. But then it's starting to go up a little bit again to where it's creating a lower low and a lower high, right? Well, actually a lower high and a higher high, because this one is higher than all the other ones. So it lets us know right here that we're currently in an uptrend. There's no question about it. So if you're a scalper, you could probably get a couple sells or buys out of this pattern, but eventually this is what price is going to do. Mark my words. It's going to hit support, come down, boom, 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 and going to a downtrend again. It's eventually going to get to this point. So we know what price is doing on the 4 hour. Now, what we also want to do is we also want to, because I'm on the 4 hour, so we have an idea of what price channel that is creating. So the price is going up. You could caught a buy if we would have jumped into here. If I'm a scalper, I'm going to let price hit resistance, and then I'm going to catch a lot of sells when it comes down, and then buy, sell, whatever the case may be. Then I probably would get out of the trade, and this is if I'm trading at the 4 hour, and then I will wait for price to actually come down here and break and retest, and then take multiple sells here. All right. Now, guys, if you're watching this video on Facebook, let me know if you can hear the volume or not. Let me know if the video is clear or not. Zoom was giving me trouble earlier. If you can't hear it, please comment below. But anyway, that's what we're going to look at. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all these arrows. Let me turn this off. So now the next thing I'm going to do, give me a second while I erase all of this here. So the next thing I'm going to do is we see that we're in an uptrend. So we have identified price has hit resistance at least 2 times already. And it's hit support at least 2 times. So you see it hit support, boom, boom, and then it hit resistance 1, 2, and it's about to kind of hit it again. So this kind of shows that, you know, eventually price is going to hit resistance, but it's probably going to create a lower high because this is a lower low. It's a lot lower than this low here. You guys follow me? So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to switch to the 1 hour time frame and see what price is doing there. Now we're going to switch to the candlesticks. Now, typically what I like to do, sometimes what I like to do is draw horizontal lines for the 1 hour. But I'm not going to do that because these 4 hour horizontal lines is showing me what price is doing and where it's hitting support or resistance. So I'm not going to do it this time. But the next thing I'm going to actually do is turn on the EMA 50 indicator, the 50 line indicator. So this is good because I'm going to tell you why. When price is below this 50 line, it lets you know that it's going into a downtrend. When it's above the 50 line, it's letting you know it's going into an uptrend. Well, you can see that price is above this 50 line here and it's shooting up. So now it's letting you know that it's creating healthy high and lows in the uptrend. Whether you're in an uptrend or a downtrend, it's going to create highs and lows. That's a healthy downtrend. That's a healthy trend. So that's a very good sign because the market moves in waves. So always remember that. So it's creating a sell. I mean, it's creating a buy trend right here. A buy. Price is going up into a uptrend right here. All right. So what I'm going to do next is when I look at my rules, I see what price is doing on the 1 hour. So now I'm going to switch to the 15-minute and I'm going to be looking for an entry. Now, here's the next thing that I'm going to advise you guys to use. This is called the RSI indicator. It stands for Relative Strength Index. You can choose the regular one. I recommend getting the regular one. You can go to the indicator here, type in Relative Strength Index, make sure you favor it, and then also get the stochastic indicator. The stochastic RSI, and favor that. And I'm going to show you guys exactly why I love to use it. So at this point on the 15-minute, I see that price is rising up. Okay. So now I want to see on a bigger scale where price is really at. So let's look at the stochastic RSI. Now the stochastic RSI is a very good indicator because it actually shows you and lets you know when price is oversold and overbought. If you want to learn how to trade just like the banks do, this is your baby right here, and I'm going to tell you why. When price is all the way at the top here, it has no choice but to go into a downtrend because it has reached this peak of being overbought. You guys follow me? Now, when price is all the way down here, price is oversold at that point. So it's going to have no choice but to go up. So this is going to give you key entries in the market. And this is exactly how the institutional banks trade your money. They enter in when price is overbought and oversold. So you can utilize this when you are on a time frame that you want to trade in. You want to use this indicator to figure out exactly where price is at. Now, when we look here, price has already shot up plenty. Now, could this be a good entry? Possibly if it retests. But possibly what I would probably do, I would probably wait for price to reach all the way up here and then look here to see where price is at. Then I will wait for price to hit the top, retest, and then go down so you can actually get in a very short position in the sell. So if price reaches up and then it comes down, you can hit a short position and catch some pips that way. Because it wouldn't be a good idea to get in the buy here because pretty much the buying trend is pretty much almost done or halfway there. If you wanted to get multiple buys in this trade here, it would have been best to enter right down here, which is down here, because price at that point is officially oversold. You guys follow me? So that's what I would do. Now, the other thing you could do as well is we can go to the relative strength index. And this is going to show you what price is doing on the 50 line now. So now you can see, okay, price came down. Yeah, it rose up a bit and it rose up, but it's showing you that it looks like it's going to start going possibly into a downtrend. That's what it kind of looks like because it's creating lower lows and a lower high here, which makes sense because when you look at price here, it went up, but it pretty much reached its peak. It's going to start going down again in this uptrend. So even in the uptrend, price is going to go up and down because, like I said, it moves in waves. So if you're a scalper, it's going to create buying and selling opportunities for you in the uptrend, and same thing with the downtrend. All right. So these are just the indicators you can use. Now I'm going to go back to the stochastic RSI, and then this is how I'm going to determine my entries. So I see that price is eventually going to rise up. So I'm going to wait for it. So at this point, I'm going to turn on the 20 pip and dip indicator. Now, this is the indicator that our company offers us at Epic. Now, here's why the indicator is good. Let me take this out real quick, and I'll put it back on the screen. The 20 pip and dip indicator is going to actually give you support or resistance that you can see where price is hitting. Support or resistance is going to give you support or resistance lines. It's going to give you, it's going to label higher highs and lower highs, and and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs, and then higher highs and higher lows and all that other stuff for you. It's also going to let you know when is a good time to buy into the market and when to sell. As you notice here, there was a buy signal here. So let me go back to the stochastic RSI. All right. Now, as you can see right here, right at the very bottom here where this buy signal is, you see this green triangle. There was a buy at the bottom. Price was oversold at that point. So it sped up, right? Well, guess what? It sped all the way up here. It sped a very strong bullish candle. You could have caught some pips here, but then you could have kept on catching pips and then probably exited out of here. So that's why the stochastic RSI is very, very good to use with any indicator, because it confirms buyer sells, and it can also confirm this 20 pip and dip indicator as well. Now, notice here, like I said, price is actually like with the regular relative strength index. I said that price was probably going to start coming down. Well, before I did say it looks like price was going to rise up and come down, but it looks like it's actually going to retest and create a lower and create a downtrend here. And how do we know it's true? Because the indicator is confirming it, because it's creating sells right here. So you could actually jump into a sell if you wanted to, possibly. That's what it's looking like. It may be creating a sell, and then it may hit this line and back up. So it probably would be good to wait for price to hit this line here and retest and go up, or it would be best to wait for price to actually do this, to actually come down past this line, retest, and then come back down to confirm that it's going into a downtrend. That's what I would do. So basically, ultimately, and this is ultimately, and like I talked about before, this is for a scalper. Now, if you want to wait a couple hours to a day before price break this line, then you're going to want to, let me do this here. I'm going to remove this indicator too. So I'm going to turn off the 20 pip and dip indicator real quick. So ultimately, if you want to see price break this line and retest it going into a downtrend, then what I would do is I'm going to actually align here. So let me draw this arrow. Looking for price to ultimately break this and come up in here and then go down. Okay. So then I'm going to take this rectangle line here. Whoops. Let me do this here. So I'll ultimately take this rectangle line, and I would kind of draw this as really resistance. I mean, you can do it with the horizontal line, but the rectangle line is good to identify with that. So look for price to go down to retest and come down. Then what I'm going to say to myself, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, okay, I'm looking for an entry. So then I'm going to do this call out box, and I'm going to label this as entry. So enter in for a buy trade. Okay. That way you'll see it. Move this over. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my info line and I'm going to draw a line here. and I'm going to label this as a stop loss. So you see with this line, you see what price is 1.29600 over here. So that's what I'm going to put as my stop loss. Stop loss is going to be 1.29525, and that's what I'm going to put in this. That's what I'm going to put in my stop loss section in my MetaTrader 4. Then if I'm catching 20 pips, I'm going to take this measure line. Let's say I enter here, and I'm going to draw 20 pips. That's actually more than 20 pips, but let's say I get 40 pips. All right. Then I'm going to take this info line again, draw at the bottom of the rectangle, and notice price is at this line is 1.28546. So then I'm going to say take profit 1.28. 1.28554. Then what I'm going to do is this rectangle here. Actually, I'm gonna just put a horizontal line right here under this rectangle. Then I'm going to right click and set alert. Crossing down, once per bar close, enter in for a possible sell. And that's going to be sent to my email when it goes off. Then I'm going to enter in for a short position or a sell position, and I'm going to do market execution in MetaTrader 4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the 20 pip and dip indicator again. That way, if I want to scalp before price crosses this trend line, I can scalp and get in sells. When it goes down, I can scalp when it gets in buys, and then when it eventually hit this, I'll exit out, and then when it crosses trend line, I'm going to enter in for more sells when it goes to the downside. Then I'm probably going to activate the stochastic RSI, and this is going to give me a little bit more of an insight on what price is actually doing when it comes to scalping in. And then when it alerts me and let me know that, hey, you need to go into the possible sell, then I'm going to jump in. And that's typically how I do my trades. It's very simple and straight to the point. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But that's it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much how I mark up my charts and figure out what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to open it up for a question Q&A. Jared, do you have any questions about how this all works? Oh yeah, that takes practice. I got a video that explains how to use that. It takes practice. That comes with time. No, that's understandable. And what I want to kind of highlight here as well. Let me open up another chart. Let's see. Let's say we were doing Bitcoin versus USD. I wonder if there's a way that I could actually. Let me see something here. I wonder if there's a way I could just do a blank chart, kind of go over some things, but I don't think I can. Talking about upgrade plan, pay nothing extra. What are they talking about? I'm gonna have to look at that. Um, yes. I wonder if there's a way I gotta hide the price. Um, just kind of draw things. I don't know if I can do that, but all right, this is what I'm gonna do. If I can, let me see on the daily. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. So let's go all the way over here. So this is what we got to understand about uptrends and downtrends. There's three different type of downtrends. You got the uptrend, all right? Another word for it is long or bullish. The proper way to trade is when price is retesting at the bottom. So what that means is that price retests here, boom, 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 and it's going to create, and then it eventually is going to break this trend and go down. All right. So let me do this real quick. Let me turn this off. Didn't mean to do that. Gotta continue. Let me just do this. This is pretty much a downtrend here. I didn't draw it perfectly, but you guys will get the idea. So this is pretty much how a downtrend works. And then you got another one was called consolidation. That's when price pretty much moves. Shoot, let me do this. Consolidation is when price moves up. And it could be a market reversal or a continuation. Just never know. All right. In any circumstances, when you're identifying highs and lows in the market, you want to always get in at the bottom on the retests, because that's what the banks do. They buy low and they catch all these pips and then get out at the top. Same thing, sell high. So when you see a downtrend forming, you get in, you want to sell high. That way, when it's going down, you're catching pips. You never want to jump into trade when it's in the middle here or when it's close to being done. Now, mind you, like I said, if you're a scalper, can you catch buy and sells even if the price is up here? Yeah, you can, if you can confirm that that's where it's going to go and if you jump in. So perfect example, if you see that the trend is up at this point, then what you will want to do is you want to wait until price hits here, jump in for a buy, get as many pips as you can that it allows, and then jump out before it jumps down and break this and goes through again. All right. So that's what you're going to want to do. All right. So say that one more time. You can scalp it, yes, but you have to know when to get in and when to get out. Yeah, if you're in an uptrend and price is kind of close to the top, but you can catch some buys here, you probably could, but you have to jump in, and then when it starts reaching out and retesting and going down, you want to jump out. And then if it breaks this trend line, you want to wait until it resists and then start going down and then enter in. When you're doing a consolidation, this is consolidation trend, you will not want to trade that at whatsoever. This is when the market is in indecision. Neither the bears nor the bulls are in control. It's just all over the place. So you want to wait for it to either reverse or break through, whichever way. And that just kind of gives you an idea of how the trends work. Exactly. Yep. So that's pretty much it when it comes to, you know, learning how to do your top-down analysis. There's a lot of different ways people mark up the charts. This is just the way I do it, but I learned this from Coach Max and put it in my own. But that's just pretty much it. So I'm gonna stop the recording because pretty soon I'm going to have to get on another Zoom, but I'm gonna stop the recording for this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this call because I got to get on a call with somebody at 1. Just take it from there. Great. Yeah. And if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, you know, comment below. Let me know if you guys learned something. Give me your honest thoughts and any opinions or any questions you have. Definitely comment below. And thank you guys for watching. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream as well. And I'll see you guys next time.